very nice.
Very
And it
nice.
was his first debut album today. So people are going to Taylor Swift, right? So people भीड़ लगी है Taylor Swift के लिए. But this is actually the first thing which we should be doing. All right. I request everybody to come a little bit ahead, forward, 3 steps. See how you did very nice. Improving every week. Hare Krishna. Please आगे आ जाइए ना. We expect another 20-25 people. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So typically when we start, I usually offer a prayer, but today we will all offer the same prayer together. Is that okay? So the prayer is right over here. If I can request everybody to repeat after me. Om Ajnana Tiramrandasya Jnananjala Shalakaya Chashkur Ulimantena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Nena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadanti Swapadantikam Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Itanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirveshesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarani Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langate Gurum Yak Kripataham Aham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I would like to thank everybody who has assembled over here today. Once again on a Friday evening. We could have done so many other things, but I would like to thank you, all of you, for giving your time and your association. So I'm very, very grateful to all of you from the bottom of my heart. Today, my parents are over here. My mom and dad have come over here. So I would like to seek their blessings so that I can serve Prabhupada in the right mood and in the right form which Prabhupada wants us to do it. So, all right.
Introduction Apo.
Huh?
Introduction Apo.
Introduction. This is the product. So, this is the product. All right. As usual, we'll do a very, very quick recap. But before we do a recap, we'll do other way around today. Any improvements, anything which you have increased in your sadhana from last week to this week? Yes, you want to say something? Huh? Anything which you have changed in your lifestyle in the last week or 2 weeks which you would like to share? Yes? Studying. Yeah. You're studying a lot? Studying Bhagavad Gita? Studying Bhagavad Gita? No. Yes. Learning Kartals. Jai. आज is a Sankirtana movement. अपना जो movement है, it is about Sankirtan. So learning kartal, mridang for kids is very, very important. Where are your tablas? I was looking forward for your tablas.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it next week.
Can you please?
Yes.
Yes, anybody? कुछ इम्प्रूवमेंट किया कुछ घर पे कुछ साधना में नहीं? No improvement?
Can I say something for you?
Yes.
About him?
Yes.
He is sorry to embarrass you in a way, because he is, but in last 4 weeks or 6 weeks, and every week he's trying to improve his discipline on what time he wakes up, what time he does certain things, and even after school, he's trying, and he's very conscious about, okay, I did miss this, I missed that, and that's what he's doing every week.
Jai. Please give a round of applause to Dhruv. Very nice. Very nice. Devotee means discipline. Devotee means discipline. Right? This is the fundamental difference from a devotee and a non-devotee's life. Devotee के life में हर चीज discipline होता है. क्या खाना, कब उठना, कब सोना. Everything is very structured, very meticulously planned life. Devotee की होती है. Non-devotee का कैसा होता है? कुछ भी खा लिया, कभी भी उठ लिए, कभी भी सो गए. That is not a devotee life. So our life should be very, very structured and planned. Thank you, Dhruv, for motivating all of us. Anybody else?
Not a realization.
Yes.
But we left early last Friday.
Yes.
That was a very big pinch. That's why I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was going to miss today, but luckily that thing got postponed, and I was feeling the guilt that why I can't come on a Friday, and why is that more important than missing this?
Jai.
Yeah.
Jai. This is such a nice thing. So last week, Sapan Prabhu and Neha Mataji, they had some commitment. I loved it because you came at least over here. At least you showed up. People will say कि नहीं ऐसे भी वहाँ जाना तो यहाँ जाके क्या फायदा? ऐसा होता है ना? What is the point? So just showing up is seen by Krishna. We take one step towards Krishna, and Krishna takes 1,000 steps towards us. Of this there is no doubt. Many times now I get an SMS कि प्रभु जी I can't come because my wife is sick. तो पूरी family नहीं आती. Our husband is sick, or kid is sick. And to be honest, I'll reveal something. Before coming into Bhakti, many people told me to come to Bhakti Vriksha. हम भी ऐसा लोग बुलाते हैं आ जाओ प्रभु जी आ जाओ, और मैंने इतनी गोलियां दी है ना तभी मेरे कर्मा मुझे वापस आते हैं. So when someone says ना कि my son is sick and I can't come to Bhakti Vriksha, husband wife दोनों जॉब पे जा सकते हैं, है ना? Husband and wife can go to work, or wife can go to work and husband can look after the son, either way around. But when it time comes for bhakti, दोनों घर पे बैठे होते हैं.
Because of the material payment there.
हाँ.
Material payment.
But because of material payment, husband wife दोनों बच्चे को छोड़ के जाते हैं. But when time comes for bhakti, we fool ourselves, right? हमारे एक बहुत अच्छे डिवोटी है आनंद वृंदावन प्रभु. He keeps saying, I can cheat you, you can cheat me, but we cannot cheat Krishna. We cannot cheat Krishna. So bhakti is a dil ka rishta hai. So when you feel this guilt, that means something which is attracting you. Thank you Neha Mataji for being so honest and being an example. At least you showed up and then you went halfway through, which is good. That is called balancing material and spiritual life. Thank you. Anybody else? From last week to this week? Or else we can do a very, very quick recap. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, same thing for Karthik. Today he missed his class, but he came here. He was feeling sick for the class. He said, I can't do it. I said, okay, no, can't do it. Then I said, don't go to the Bhakti Vriksha as well. So stay here and we all will be going. He said, no, there I will be going.
Yeah. Thank you. There's a very nice verse in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 11th verse. Krishna says, Ye yathamam prabandante tam sathaivam bhajam aham. What does that mean? As you surrender unto me, I reward you accordingly. जैसे जैसे हम भगवान के पास आने की कोशिश करते हैं, ठाकुर जी ऐसे ऐसे अपने को उनके पास खींच के ले जाते हैं. But if we don't want to come towards Krishna, then Krishna will not interfere in our personal life. So if we want Krishna's personal interference in our life, who wants Krishna's personal interference in their life? Please raise your hand. Be honest. If you want Krishna's interference in your life, then we have to do something to show कि मैं आपके पास आने के लिए कुछ मेहनत कर रहा हूँ. Typically they are so busy that we say नहीं, I don't have time. Thank you Karthik. Good example. All right, let's do a very very quick recap. Who did the recap last time? Prabhuji's. Thank you. Who said that? Thank you, Manoj. Thank you. So this time we'll start with Mataji's. 1 point in next 5 minutes. Very very rapid fire round. There's a coffee with Karan hota na? But devotees don't have coffee, by the way. So we do Karo with Karan, Karo with Krishna. So rapid fire round. We'll start with Neha Mataji and super fast.
Okay. So we did the Panch Tattva mantra.
We did the Panch Tattva mantra. What is the Panch Tattva mantra, Mataji? Nidhi Mataji?
Shri Krishna,
That's okay.
Prabhu Nityananda,
Very good.
Ashrita,
Jai. Everybody, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vriksha. Thank you. So that is the Panch Tattva mantra. वो Panch Tattva mantra में एक word आता है, एक devotee का नाम है अद्वैत्य. आज उनका appearance day है. So today is the appearance day of Shri Advaita Acharya. So along with Alicia, along with Beena Mataji's appearance day, today it is appearance day of Advaita. So we have cake today and we have present for everybody. Alright. Yes. Priyanka Mataji. And then 1 point.
3 principles to live happily. Everything belongs to Krishna. Everything is meant for Krishna. And Krishna can take away anything at any point of time.
Jai. So these are the 3 principles of happiness we discussed. Everything belongs to Krishna. Everything is meant for Krishna. And Krishna can take away anything and everything at any time from us. Thank you. Pallavi Mataji.
So Arjun was thinking about his warrior and the relatives and all this stuff. So that's the side of a divine soul.
Very good. So Arjun was thinking about others. And divinity means thinking about others, just not about ourselves. Our whole life goes about thinking about ourselves. My job, my car, my family, my life. But a devotee is para dukkha dukhi. That means a devotee is more worried about others. Devotee has confidence that I am being looked after by Krishna. Let me help others. That is the mood of a devotee. Thank you, Pallavi Mataji. Muskan and then Divya Mataji.
So we discussed about 3 types of life. 3 types of life last time: personal life, public life, private life, and secret life.
Jai. We spoke about 3 types of life. Everybody has a public life, everybody has a private life, and everybody has a secret life. Thank you. Divya Mataji.
we learned about the deities, Gauranga and how their incarnation.
Yes, we spoke about the appearance of Lord Gauranga and Nityananda. Veena Mataji, birthday girl.
We have discussed about the importance of having Guru in our lives.
Yes. We spoke about the significance of Guru Tattva, why we should have Guru, and today we will discuss more on that. Rajni Mataji, I know you were not here, but कुछ बोलना चाहोगे? इसके पहले के क्लास में से. Everybody should have their notes, notebook, or something to write down. I'm coming. Simple living and high thinking. That is a lifestyle of a devotee. Simplicity is Vaishnavism. Simple living and high thinking. Alicia?
The only person between us and God is our mind.
Jai. The only thing between us and Krishna is our mind. There is nothing between us and Krishna. Thank you. Swati Mataji, welcome back. So good to see you, Mataji. आप कुछ बोलना चाहोगे? No, okay, no problem. Deepika Mataji and then Manju.
4 types of gurus. Chaitya Guru, that is Paramatma within us. Paradarsha Guru, that is first time who introduces us to Krishna. Shiksha Guru, from where we get an understanding to go to Krishna. And Diksha Guru, who takes the responsibility to take us back to God.
Very good summary. Jai, Jai, very nice. Thank you. Manju Mataji.
कृष्णा को पाने के लिए दो चीजें जरूरी है, जो फेथ पहले और दूसरा धीरज, धैर्य चाहिए.
श्रद्धा और धैर्य. Thank you. These are two important things in any relationship which is required. Faith and patience. Thank you.
अर्जुन को कृष्णा में फेथ तो था, बट वो बार बार जो विचलित हो रहा था, तो उसके लिए उसको मतलब क्यों हो रहा था वो विचलित बार बार, जो इतना फेथ था उसको कृष्णा पे. मैं क्वेश्चन था मेरा.
नहीं, so अर्जुन को कृष्णा पे faith था, भरोसा था, but Arjun was inquisitive. He was asking questions. अर्जुन ने 17 क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं. पूरे भगवद गीता में Arjun has asked 17 questions so that the faith can be concrete, मजबूत हो सके. ऐसा नहीं कि faith नहीं था, but he wants, हाँ, but he
धीरज नहीं था, इसको कह सकते हैं.
नहीं, patience भी थी और faith भी था, but we should understand Arjun is asking questions not for him, he is asking questions for us. That is the mood a devotee should have. Thank you. Usha Mataji.
Krishna came in the form of devotee to show us how to surrender.
Yes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the form of a devotee. Krishna came in the form of a devotee as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to show us how to perform bhakti. Okay. Arya Mataji, one last and then we'll stop over there.
Three responses in life: political response, emotional response, and devotional response.
Yes. In every circumstance of our life, we have three choices. We have, what is first response is political response, second is emotional response in life, and third is a devotional response. There's a book from Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Effective People. और एक book है, 8 Habits. In that book he writes 10% of life or 10% of our circumstances is a situation. 90% is a response to the situation. And he gives a beautiful example. When a dad was about to leave to office, उसकी बेटी ने पूरा कॉफी का कप उसके फादर पे गिरा दिया. Now the father could have chastised the girl, he could have scolded the girl. How would the father react at that time? That is the test. He would have said, honey, don't worry, I'll just change the suit and sit in the car. Or he could have blasphemed, gali and ye wo. So how do we respond to life is very, very important, very critical, very, very critical. दिलीप प्रभु की वाइफ का नाम मुझे नहीं पता. माता जी आपका नाम है ऋषि. माता जी आप कुछ बोलना चाहोगे? लास्ट क्लास से क्या सीखा?
The appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda.
Yes. So we discussed about
Relation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna, and Krishna and Balram.
no. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna. That is 100% right. But Nityananda Prabhu is Lord Balram. So Ram, Lakshman, Krishna, Balram, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. There is no difference. अलग-अलग युग में, त्रेता युग में राम और लक्ष्मण आए, द्वापर युग में कृष्ण और बलराम आए, और कलयुग में Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radha Rani and Krishna, and Nityananda Prabhu is Lord Balram. There is no difference, no absolutely difference. Okay? Any questions from last week before? Yes, Mataji.
I got a question from the point which you discussed just before this.
Haji.
So we discussed dharma, and this question is people ask me many times.
Haji.
Maybe someone can ask in future as well. So we discussed dharma, and there are four pillars of dharma. So cleanliness and no alcohols and gambling and then mercy. When you see in this land, so the people mostly doing either of all or involved in any one of this. But when you see the peace or patience or support that people provide here, which is I see differently when we see the some people, like in India where we have a lots of people who do bhakti or they not involved in any kind of, that means more dharma is happening there.
So we understand there are 4 regulative principles of
Yeah,
dharma.
so if you see in India, so people don't eat, many people doesn't eat meat or mercy and no gambling and no alcoholism. So if you see, people
Yes.
are not much involved. So what makes difference when you say the
Consciousness.
yes, the people here and then people there.
Okay. Okay, so the question is, there are 4 principles or 4 pillars of dharma, right? Austerity, cleanliness, truthfulness, right? And mercy, right?
Yeah.
No intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, and no
Meat eating.
meat eating, right? So these are the 4 pillars of dharma. The question what Pallavi Mataji has, there are many people in the world that they are not doing this 4 regulative principles. They are not breaking the 4 regulative principles. What is the difference in the consciousness of those people and what is the consciousness of the devotees? Is that your question?
Yes, and then if you see that things are not happening here, still we have a more peace or more like if you speak to them, you will feel like they are more like
Advanced.
So that means, if I may, so people who are not following this
Yes.
are still peaceful and
More
doing,
peaceful.
yeah, peaceful, and when you talk to them, they are happy and but they are not following those 4 dharmas. So is that what it is?
yes, if you contribute everything together, still on this land, a peace is more. So what makes the difference?
Well, see, there's a
between-
difference
no
between
dharma.
peace.
They
Yeah.
look more cool.
The more cool.
No, not cool, not cool. So what I mean is like if we see that the dharma is not happening in this land much because 80% of population is involved in either of
Bringing all the 4
Yeah.
regulative principles.
So if in India say 50% of population following the dharma.
But they are not still happy. Is that what it is?
No,
But when
still,
happiness is different for
no,
everybody.
not about the happiness, but the question I'm asking because people ask me like, see, in India we do that, we have lots of
Yes.
God's birth. Every God has birth in India, but here there is no appearance of God or something. So how do you?
Happy. Why is there
Yeah.
no appearance? We celebrate the appearance of Lord Ganesh. We celebrate the appearance of Lord Shiva.
No, no,
कहने का
like
मतलब ये है
they-
प्रभु जी की ये इनका मतलब ये है कि इंडिया में जैसे श्री राम का जन्म हुआ,
हाँ।
कृष्ण आए, तो वहाँ पे
धर्म की स्थापना
स्थापना
यहाँ
होने
पे
के
कुछ
बाद
नहीं है।
हाँ।
वहाँ पे इतनी मतलब दरिद्रता है और यहाँ पर ऐसा नहीं।
अच्छा, यहाँ पे पीस ज्यादा है ऐसा as compared to India. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Who said यहाँ पे पीस है?
So if you see.
First question. How do we know people are peaceful over here?
No, if you
Externally
see,
or internally
no,
is
this is
important.
my experience. Yeah, it's experience. If you talk someone, they will talk you nicely. They will not, shout or lie or something. They will not do any politically. They will not think. But when, yeah, so when we talk, like some people who say they are more political and all this stuff. So
No, so this is more about education. This is more about literacy. यहाँ पे people are a little bit more polished in terms of the communication skills, in terms of more presentable. That's what we are talking. But bhakti is not external. Bhakti is internal. What we are doing, when we follow the path of Krishna consciousness, when we follow the path of bhakti, then the goal is different. The goal of people who speak very nicely, very polishedly, it is very good to be at that level. We respect that, we appreciate that. Pandita Samadarshana. But devotee's goal is just not to be very sweet, very nice. The goal of devotee is to worship the worship the creator and the creation. Yes, ये बहुत important है. The goal of a devotee is to worship the creator and the creation. Whereas people in general, they don't know who the creator is, and even when they worship or when they serve the creation, they choose, I will only worship my family, but I will kill other animals. समझ में आ रहा है माता जी आपको? So please understand कि talking nicely, having good communication, and having a polished lifestyle doesn't mean that they are the consciousness, from a consciousness perspective, they are elevated.
yeah, I know.
Yes.
Bhakti is different and then other thing is different. But still in overall, if you see like 10 people are there, they all 10 are like on bhakti and then 10 or not, but still the environment around that, maybe I'll just conclude. So environment around that is different and environment around that is different. The people who 10 people who are doing bhakti, the environment is different. The 10 people who are not doing, environment is different.
Okay, so when 10 people are doing bhakti, उसमें क्या environment होता है बताओ?
I don't, that's the difference I want to.
So people who do bhakti, Krishna is in the center of their life. Simple. Please understand it. For devotee, Krishna is in the center of their life. For non-devotee, their ahankar, their false ego, I am in the center of that life. Very simple. ये समझ में आ रहा है? भक्त के लिए भगवान बीच में होते हैं और जो भक्त नहीं होता उनके लिए अपनी इच्छाओं, अपनी कामनाओं, अपनी desire, my desire is more important. I don't care about Krishna. I don't care about any others. My desire is important. But for devotee, Krishna is important. And when you serve the creator, the creation is automatically served. When you look after Krishna, when you serve Krishna, then you will do your family responsibility also perfectly. So the difference is, the consciousness is different, the actions is also different. डिवोटी के लाइफ में कॉन्शियसनेस अंदर भी अलग है और उनके जो एक्शंस होते हैं वो भी अलग होते हैं. इज दिस क्लियर? जो नॉन डिवोटी होता है उनके लाइफ में वो सेंटर में होते हैं. माय लाइफ इज इन द मिडिल, माय लाइफ इज द सेंटर एंड माय फैमिली इज इन द सेंटर. बट भक्त के जीवन में भगवान सबसे बीच में होते हैं एंड एवरीथिंग एल्स इज कनेक्टेड टू कृष्णा. बट वी कैन हैव दिस डिस्कशन ड्यूरिंग प्रसादम टाइम इफ यू हैव क्वेश्चंस. Is that okay? Can I take questions during the tail end after 8:40? From now till 8:40 we'll quickly do what we have to do. Is that okay? Alright. I know Jai Kishan and Aryan, you raised your hand, but we'll have questions later. Is that okay? Alright. Aryan, now that you have raised your hand, can I request you to read this? So we'll do Namamrita and then
We're a bit hard to read.
hard to read.
A little bit. Am I starting from the start?
Yeah.
Shri Namrita, the nectar of the holy name. Page 122, paragraph number 20. It creates a spiritual atmosphere in the world. Chanting the holy name evokes the Vaikuntha atmosphere, freeing the world from material, hankering, envy, and anxiety.
Prachitas.
Prachitas to Lord Vishnu. Whenever pure topics of the transcendental world are discussed, or word are discussed, the members of the audience forget all kinds of material hankerings, at least for the time being. Not only that, but they are no longer envious of one another, nor do they suffer from anxiety or fear. Vaikuntha means without anxiety, and the material world means full of anxiety. As stated by Prahlada Maharaja,
Don't worry about the Sanskrit words.
The living entities who have accepted this material world as a residence are full of anxiety. The place immediately becomes Vaikuntha, whenever the holy topics of the personality of Godhead are discussed via the pure devotees. This is the process of Sarvanam Kirtana Vishnu, chanting and hearing about the Supreme Lord Vishnu, as the Supreme Lord himself confirms.
Pankaj, do you want to read? Naham tishtami vaikunte yogi namnudashu vasha tatra tishtami narada yatra gayanti mad bhakta. Okay, please continue reading. This is the translation of what Krishna is saying.
My dear Narada, actually I do not reside in my abode, Vaikuntha, nor do I reside within the hearts of the yogis, but I reside in the place where my pure devotees chant my holy name and discuss my form, pastimes and qualities. Because of the presence of the Lord in the form of transcendental vibrations, the Vaikuntha atmosphere is evoked. The atmosphere is without fear and anxiety. One living entity does not fear another. By hearing the holy names and glories of the Lord, the person executes pious activities. Thus, this material hankerings immediately stop. The Sankirtana movement stated by the Society for Krishna Consciousness is meant for creating Vaikuntha the transcendental world that is without anxiety, even in this material world. This method is for propagation of the Sarvanam Kirtanam process throughout the world. In the material world, everyone is envious of his fellow man. Animalistic envy exists in human societies as long as there is no performance of Sankirtana Yajna, the chanting of the holy name.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is a very, very important purport verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, where Krishna himself is saying that I reside where my devotees are present. As parents, where would we like to be? With our kids. Thank you. As parents, we would like to be around our kids. Similarly, Krishna himself is confessing, जहाँ मेरे भक्त है, मैं वहाँ पे हूँ. I don't reside in Vaikuntha. I reside in the heart of my devotees. Wherever there is chanting of the holy name, wherever there is Krishna Katha, I appear over there immediately. Right? So when we are discussing Krishna Katha, when we are talking about Krishna Kirtan, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. Shravanam means talking about. Kirtanam means listening. Shravanam means listening. Kirtanam means talking. Whenever we do these two things, Shravanam and Kirtanam, immediately Krishna is over there. Right? And then Prabhupada explains Vaikuntha. What does Vaikuntha mean by? Without anxiety. And Kunta means full of anxiety. What is the difference between Vaikuntha and Kunta? Vaikuntha is a place where there is no anxiety. And Kunta is a place where it is full of anxiety. This material world is called Kunta. That is, means full of fear, anxiety, hankering. Yes or no? Yes. We are always in anxiety. We are always in fear. We are always envious of someone. We are always jealous of someone. We are always pride of things which doesn't belong to us. Right? So these qualities, these anarthas, as long as we have, we are never going to be peaceful. But in this, Prabhupada or Prachetas are talking to Vishnu. And what are they saying? Prachetas are, for now time being, from the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, they are devotees. And the Prachetas are saying to Vishnu, whenever pure topics of transcendental words are discussed, all kinds of hankerings are dissipated. Abhi last आधे घंटे में आप लोग यहाँ पे हो. Ask yourself honestly, do you have the same material hankering from Monday to Friday? Right? मन शांत लगता है या नहीं लगता? Do we have much peace within our heart? Do we get a clarity in terms of जीवन में क्या चाहिए, क्या नहीं चाहिए? Yes or no? Yes. Loudly. Yes. Right? So this is the power of holy name. This is the power of Krishna Katha. Matchita mat katha pranam bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. 10th chapter, 10th verse, Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says this, that wherever my devotees are, they talk about me. When two mothers meet, what do they talk about? Kids. जब दो माएं मिलती है तो क्या immediately within few minutes everything disappears and the kids come in the middle. ऐसा क्यों होता है? Because the heart of the mother is with the kids. Similarly, the heart of the devotee is where Krishna is. See, there are two types of fortune. One is material fortune and second is spiritual fortune. What does material fortune mean by? Lottery, paisa, what else? What does material fortune mean by? Cricket, okay. What else? Status, thank you. Who said, thank you, status, yes. What is, please answer. Material fortune का क्या मतलब होता है? Family, yes. Dikhawa, thank you. Show off, fame, what else?
Jordan. Jordan shoes, Air Jordan.
Yes.
One thing is, anything is can be visible.
Anything which is visible, which you can show. कि मेरे पास ये है. Health, wealth, name, beauty, fame. हम लोग यही दिखावे में चक्कर में होते हैं ना. सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग. Right? So this is material fortune. हम दिखाने में पूरी जिंदगी निकल जाती है. But higher than material fortune, it is spiritual fortune. Spiritual fortune का मतलब क्या होता है? जिसमें हमें मन की शांति मिलती है. Our consciousness is purified. Our consciousness is dovetailed in the right direction. And there are 4 types of spiritual fortune. How many types? 4. The first type of fortune in spiritual life is anyone who gets a chance to worship Krishna is very fortunate. जो भगवान की भक्ति कर सकता है, भगवान की प्रार्थना कर सकता है, is very fortunate. More fortunate than a person who can worship Krishna is a person who gets a guidance from a devotee. If a devotee is giving you some guidance to go towards Krishna, he is considered more fortunate than just worshipping Krishna. The third type of fortune which we have in the world is a person who gets to hear Hari Katha. जो भगवान की कथा बार बार सुन सकता है. श्रवणवता स्वा कथा कृष्णा पुण्य श्रवणम कीर्तनम. इसमें था श्रवणवता स्वा कथा कृष्णा पुण्य श्रवणम कीर्तनम. Why? Because by hearing Krishna katha, what happens? Nirma, washing powder Nirma. Right? निर्मा की साबुन क्या करता है? दूध की सफेदी निर्मा से आए. Right? अपना जो हृदय है, अपना जो हार्ट है, it is contaminated with lust, anger, pride, greed, ego, envy, ignorance. This is what our heart is. When we hear about Krishna Katha, automatically this layer of anarthas slowly and surely gets dissipated. And fourth fortune is anyone who keeps on repeating Hari Katha again and again from a devotee. He is the most fortunate. So in our life we think कि पैसा बहुत है तो बहुत खुश हो गए. नाम, name, fame, this Taylor Swift, आप लोगों ने तो सुना होगा. Taylor Swift is in Melbourne and there's so much of hoo-ha. So yesterday I went for the first time to see who's Taylor Swift. मुझे पता ही नहीं था. तो and my niece she got a ticket for $900 to go there. तो मैंने सोचा अभी तो मैं देखूं कि लड़की है कौन Taylor Swift. So I went to YouTube to find out who Taylor Swift is. And if you look at her life, she has gone through depression. She has gone through so much of tough life that you don't even want to think about it. हमें बाहर से लगता है she's coming on a private jet and staying in Crown Casino and $25,000 a night and this and that. हमें लगता है this is dream come true. Right? I was listening to Amitabh Bachchan. YouTube में shorts आते हैं ना? नहीं, shorts आते हैं ना? रील किसमें होता है? Instagram नहीं. मैं Instagram पे नहीं हूँ because हम लोग सब instantly gram होने वाले हैं. So with this $80 kilos, 70 kilos going to be converted into grams. So मैंने Instagram को मना कर दिया. Right? तो अमिताभ बच्चन का I was just hearing him in shock and he was asking his father कि दुनिया में इतनी कठिनाई क्यों है? Why is there so much of misery? And I was thinking, who is asking? Amitabh Bachchan, superstar, he is asking. Right? So if anything which we think is fortune, actually in the eyes of peace, in the eyes from a consciousness perspective, it has no value. Is this making sense? Right? But we hanker for these things because we don't know where the peace lies. We are hankering for things which are going to make us more miserable. We are hankering, we are striving, we are running towards things in material life which is going to be taken away from us at any time, at any minute. Right? I was just sharing this with someone. How did I share this? Oh, okay. I just had prasadam somewhere else. This afternoon, my brother called me. I was dealing with one lady in India as part of my work. She was around 35. She's around 32, 35 years old. Uska beta hai 11 saal ka. And my brother calls me. Dipshika ka husband, he passed away today. Day before yesterday. In an accident. 35 years in an accident, he passed away. Late last year, again someone who is working for my brother's company in Mumbai, he was just traveling and someone hit him from the back, 25-year-old boy, bang. Father nahi hai, mother has heart issues, and then he immediately passed away on the spot. And we hanker for things, कि ये लूँगा, वो करूँगा, ये बनाऊँगा, ये करूँगा, ये करूँगा. एक सेकंड में सब कुछ अपने पास से चले जाने वाला है. This is material fortune. And the spiritual fortune is, it stays with us eternally. Swalpa api apyasya dharmasya. Krishna guarantees that whatever you do in bhakti, that remains yours. So we have insurance for life. We have insurance for car. We have insurance for house. We have insurance for credit card and income protection. But is there an insurance after death? Yes or no? Yes. Who's believe that there's insurance after death? Please raise your hands. Only 2 people, 3 people. Who believes that there's no insurance after death? Please raise your hands. क्या हो गया? बाकी हाथ कहाँ गए हैं? गब्बर खा गया क्या? Is there an insurance after life or not? Yes or no? Only if you worship Krishna. Only Krishna. Only Vimal. Only Vimal. Right? There was an ad at the dinner. Only Vimal. Only Vimal. Only Vimal. Only Krishna. Swalpa api apyasya dharmasya. Krishna guarantees anything what you do for me, mere liye jo karoge, that remains in your eternal bank account. So chanting the holy name, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, it is a privilege. It is not cheap. Bhagwan ka naam mukh mein aana, it is the greatest privilege. Bhagwan ka naam lena, सबको पता है कि भगवान का नाम लेना चाहिए. किसी को भी बोलो, any religion. But कितने लोग लेते हैं? How many people take it? भगवान का नाम लेना सब बोलते हैं, लेना चाहिए, लेकिन खुद नहीं लेते, है ना? People say yes, भगवान का नाम लेना चाहिए. So coming over here in this association, Krishna himself is saying, association of the devotee is the biggest wealth of a devotee. Association of a devotee is the biggest wealth of a devotee. So coming over here, just when you go to Bombay Stock Exchange, then we have National Stock Exchange. Coming over here, this is called Faith Exchange. This is called Faith Exchange. अपनी श्रद्धा exchange करते हैं. माता जी आपका कैसा चल रहा है? प्रभु जी आप क्या कर रहे हो? When you look at people like Kumar and Prabhu, I keep saying, he gets up at 4:30 every day. Not one day he has missed coming for online chanting. Not one day Rajiv Prabhu has missed coming from Clyde for Mangla Aarti on Sunday morning. When we see people like this around us, this is called faith exchange. Then हमें भी लगेगा कि मैं क्या सो रहा हूँ? Let me get up and do something. Right? Let me do something for myself. This is the value of association. See, I keep saying there are 2 types of association. One, in spiritual life, I'm not talking material life. There are 2 types of association in spiritual life. One is social bhakti and one is spiritual bhakti. Social bhakti क्या है? आज उनके घर पे भजन है, हम लोग वहां जा रहे हैं. आज उनके घर पे कीर्तन है, वहां जा रहे हैं. उसके घर पे ये फंक्शन है, वहां जा रहे हैं. And we start thinking that I am doing bhakti and मैं भगवान के पास आ रहा. Yes, it is better than not going and watching MCG and something else. There's no doubt. But this social bhakti means jumping from one platform to another platform, from one program to another program. कभी इसके भजन में गए, कभी इसके कीर्तन पे गए, कभी ये किया, कभी वो किया. Will that lead you somewhere? Yes or no? Will social bhakti lead us anywhere? Why?
Because you are not consistent.
You are not consistent. Thank you. Why? What else? Let's churn.
Because bhakti is inside.
Because bhakti is inside, तो नहीं जाना चाहिए. तो यहाँ क्यों आते हैं?
No, it's a satsang like.
Yes.
It's not coming from a place of authenticity.
It is not coming from a place of authenticity. Okay, but if going to bhajan, we are doing Vaishnava bhajan, then why? Why can't it be authentic?
Because scattered energy, it's not solidified.
Yes.
Because you're going scattered.
You're not focused when you are traveling from one bhakti to another.
Correct. Absolutely. That is the answer. You're not focused. When you go to uni, you don't go one day, आज स्विम्बल चलता हूँ, कल आरामेटिक चलता हूँ, कल मेलबर्न यूनि चलता हूँ, कभी कॉमर्स का एक क्लास किया, कभी अकाउंटिंग का एक क्लास किया, कभी इंजीनियरिंग का एक क्लास किया, कभी डिग्री मिलेगी आप लोगों को? क्यों? यूनि जा रहे हो, पढ़ रहे हो, डिग्री क्यों नहीं मिलेगी? कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं है. That is not authentic. Similarly, ये सोशल भक्ति जो करते हैं, ये ना हमें वहां से बुलावा है, I have to go there. Sorry, we cannot do this. क्योंकि वहाँ पे ये बोलते हैं. Sorry, we cannot do this. अरे भाई, if you keep jumping like a kangaroo, then you will go nowhere in life. You will be just hit by a car and die. ऐसे होता है ना? Most of the kangaroos die by hitting on the road. अपना भी ऐसे होता. But when you go on a specific place, कि नहीं, इधर उधर बहुत घूम लिया. I just want to hold on to the lotus feet of Krishna. I want to understand this. Then that is called spiritual bhakti. Is this making sense? So there are two types of bhakti. Social bhakti, इधर गए उधर गए, मन को अच्छा लगा, मंदिर गए, लोग बोलते हैं मंदिर दर्शन करने जा रहा हूँ. मुझे लगता है वो लोग मंदिर दर्शन देने आते हैं. You know what is the difference between दर्शन करना और दर्शन देना? What is the difference? What is the difference between दर्शन करना और दर्शन देना? दिखावा करना, जाना और आना.
Giver and taker.
Giver and taker.
लेकिन अगर आप बैठते हो बात करते हो भगवान से तो
बहुत इसके बहुत मीनिंग है. कई लोग 6 महीने में, 3 महीने में, बर्थडे टू बर्थडे, एनिवर्सरी टू एनिवर्सरी जाते हैं. हाँ, वो दर्शन करने नहीं, दर्शन देने जाते हैं. भगवान को देखो मैं भी हूँ. मैं हूँ ना, शाहरुख खान बोलता है ना, मैं हूँ ना. दैट इज दर्शन देना. जो दर्शन करने जाते हैं वो तड़प तड़प के चलेंगे. आई वांट टू ओनली गो टू दिस टेंपल बिकॉज आई गॉट अ रिलेशनशिप विद माय डीटीज. मेरा राधा वल्लभ से संबंध है. इफ आई डोंट सी माय डीटीज आई विल नॉट बी हैप्पी. दैट इज रिलेशनशिप. इज दिस मेकिंग सेंस? People go from one temple to another temple, one hop to another hop. Wherever your heart is, please go there. I'm not watching for you to stop there and come over here. But if there is no relationship with that particular deity, with that particular feeling, आपको मजा ही नहीं आएगा. फिर माथा टेका, $2 डाले और बाहर आ गए. और बाहर आने के बाद पूछो कि प्रभु जी, ठाकुर जी ने कौन से कलर के कपड़े पहने हैं? You just ask this one question to devotees after who come out of the temple. भगवान ने कौन से कपड़े पहने हैं वो भी नहीं पता रहता. Yes or no? सही बताना है ना. क्या किया? 1 घंटा ड्राइव किया, उसमें तो आधा घंटा झगड़ा हो गया गाड़ी में बीवी के साथ. आधा घंटा बॉलीवुड का गाना सुना या रेडियो सुना. मंदिर गए, ठाकुर जी ने कपड़े क्या पहने वही नहीं पता.
प्रभु जी, जब से आपने वो प्राण प्रतिष्ठा वाली बात बताई ना, तो मेरे तो थॉट्स मतलब वो नजर ही बदल गई है. अब मंदिर में जाकर मैं अपने भी मंदिर में खड़ी होती हूँ तो मेरी नजर बदल गई है. अब मुझे लगता है कि वाकई में यहाँ भगवान होंगे. जब आप हालांकि घर वाले इस वाले मंदिर में कहाँ हम लोग छोटे से मंदिर में रहते हैं प्राण प्रतिष्ठा, लेकिन जब आप बता रहे थे कि डेली जहाँ पे पूजा होती है, बात होती है, तो वहाँ होते हैं भगवान. तो वाकई में मतलब मुझे अब मतलब नजर मेरी बदल गई है. भगवान की तो जो पता नहीं मेरे तो फर्क लगने लगा है. जब मैं मंदिर में जाती थी मैं भी ऐसे ही जाकर आ जाती थी.
कपड़े भी नहीं पता क्या है, कुछ नहीं. अगर जीवन की परिस्थिति बदलनी है, जीवन की परिस्थिति बदलनी है तो मनस्थिति बदलनी पड़ेगी.
चेंज मतलब मेरे अंदर ये हुआ कि मुझे हर मंदिर में ऐसा लगता है कि नहीं यहाँ है, बैठो उनसे बात करो.
थैंक यू। ये कुछ कर दूंगा। गिर ही रहा है, मेरे ऐसा गिरा हुआ है। Alright. So what have we discussed so far? Let's do a very quick 1 minute recap or reflection. What have we discussed quickly?
4 types of fortune.
4 types of fortune. What else? What else did we discuss? What happened? 2 types of bhakti, social and spiritual. Okay, what else did we discuss? Vaikunta and Kunta. What else? जहाँ कीर्तन होगा वहाँ कृष्ण होंगे. श्रवणम कीर्तनम विष्णु स्मरणम. Thank you. What else?
Focus and patience.
For material fortune and spiritual fortune. What else? Quick. Focus. Thank you. We can, rather than jumping here and there into ये सत्संग, वो सत्संग, ये भजन, ये इधर, कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. कुछ नहीं होगा. It is just श्रमा एव हि केवलम. It is simple waste of time. श्रमा एव हि केवलम. So focus at one place. Even when you have a, I'm just digressing, but अगर sun होता, sun के जब ray आते हैं, and when you put a क्या बोलते हैं? Magnifying glass. Thank you. Magnifying glass. हिलाते रहोगे और नीचे पेपर होगा तो कुछ होगा? नहीं. But अगर sun की धूप आ रही है and magnifying glass एक जगह रखो, after few times it will flame up. Similarly, अगर फोकस एक ही जगह पे है, वैवसात्मिका बुद्धिर एकेहु करुनंदना बहुशाखाया अनंतश्च बुद्धियो अव्ययस्यम. Second chapter, 41st verse. Krishna says, वैवसात्मिका बुद्धि means have single pointed attention. बस ये जीवन में मुझे ठाकुर जी चाहिए. ये जीवन जितना बाकी है, 20, 30, 50 साल जितना बाकी है, मैं ठाकुर जी के लिए कुछ करना चाहता हूँ. You see how your life changes. You see how your life changes. And this only happens when there's association of devotees. I'll tell you a story of association of devotees and then we'll jump on to Bhagavad Gita. Because today Bhagavad Gita is very, very important. I cannot wait for Bhagavad Gita. But talking about association of devotees, once a sinful person, a papi, a sinful person asked Narad Muni कि भक्तों की संग की क्या कीमत है. कई बार बोलते ना संग वैसा रंग, तो वो पापी आदमी बोलता है नारद मुनि को भक्तों की संग की क्या कीमत है. तो नारद मुनि बोलता है कि बहुत कीमत है, तेरे सब पाप मिट जाएंगे. बोलते कैसे? तो बोलता कि कैसे. नारद मुनि सोचने में लग जाता है. तो नारद मुनि बोलता कि ये प्रश्न यू गो एंड आस्क यमराज. So the person goes to Yamaraj. He says, what is the value of associating with devotees? So Narad Muni takes him to Yamaraj. So Yamaraj starts thinking, yes, there's a lot of value, but I can't explain you. You go and ask Lord Ganesh. So Narad Muni, Yamaraj takes that sinful person to Lord Ganesh. The sinful person asks the same question, what is the value of association? Lord Ganesh says, you go and ask my father. Who is the father of Lord Ganesh? Lord Shiva. So Narad Muni, who else? Yamaraj, Ganesh. 3 people take him to Lord Shiva. And Shiva is topmost Vaishnava. He goes and asks, what is the value of association of devotees? Lord Shiva says, you go and ask Lord Vishnu. I'll take you over there. Who goes over there? Narad Muni, Yamaraj, Lord Ganesh. Lord Shiva takes this sinful person to Lord Vishnu. And he asks Lord Vishnu, okay, what is the value of association? And Lord Vishnu says, Narad Muni, you go and do your work. Yamaraj, you go and do your work. Lord Ganesh, you go and do your work. Shiva, you go and do your work. You stay with me. This is the value of association. So that person who was so sinful, how many people took him over there? 4 people took him. And Vishnu is saying, tu yahan par reh ja, baki jao, kaam karo. So this is the value of association. Sang vaisa rang. An vaisa man. So it is very, very important who we associate with. Every day, every second. And who are we associating constantly with? Who are we associating constantly with? Maya, WhatsApp. Okay, what else? Bolo. Laptop, what else? Mobile. We are associating constantly with our mind. Who are we associating with? Are we not associating with our mind constantly? Everything is happening through the mind, right? That's the reason Krishna says, "Man mana bhav mad bhakto mad jnani mam namaskuru mam evya vyasi satyam de prati jani priyosi me." Engage your mind in me, become my devotee, pay obeisances to me, pay homages to me. In this way, you will come to me. Of this, there is no doubt. Alright, we are 10 minutes behind the schedule. Alright, very quick announcements before we start Bhagavad Gita. So, this Sunday, it is Rath Yatra. So, Lord Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra, they will come on a 40 feet high Rath on St. Kilda beach as part of the St. Kilda festival. So, please come with your friends and family. Each one, bring one. Pakad ke le aao. Bhagwan ka darshan do. Right? Non-devotee friends, जो karmi friends हैं. Second, you can, because where जहाँ पे ये main program होने वाला है, it is part of St. Kilda festival. It is the biggest festival in southern hemisphere. You'll have 100,000 plus people. So वहाँ पे parking नहीं मिलेगी. Best thing is park your car near temple. Come to the temple. Temple से free shuttle buses होती है. So temple से हर 5 मिनट आप खड़े रहो, आपको वो फ्री में वहाँ पे जहाँ रथ यात्रा का फेस्टिवल वहाँ ले जाएंगे. If you want to do some service, contact myself or Amit Prabhu, Rajesh Prabhu. We have a watermelon stall where we give free watermelon to thousands and thousands of people. So please do that. टाइम है माता जी 12 से लेके 8 बजे तक, शाम पूरा दिन का प्रोग्राम है. बट रात का जो टाइम है 1 बजे से 2:30 बजे तक. So don't come at 4 o'clock and say, Prabhu, Jagannath कहाँ गए? No. So come on time. It will start on time because a community council से permission होती है. It has to start on time and finish on time. ठीक है? Second, on next Thursday, everybody are invited to temple for Lord Nityanand Prabhu's birthday. शाहरुख खान की बर्थडे हो तो जाओगे? नहीं. ऋतिक रोशन की बर्थडे में नहीं जाओगे ना? अच्छा, मत जाना, यहाँ पे आना. ठीक है? आपको ऐसा भी वहाँ से इनविटेशन नहीं मिलेगा. यहाँ से मिल रहा है, जहाँ मिल रहा है वहाँ आ जाओ. ठीक है? So that is next Thursday on 22nd of February. 25th of February, it is Holi. ये होली आपने कभी शायद कभी देखी नहीं होगी. It is a very unique way. कीर्तन होगा, महाकीर्तन होगा. It is on a big stage and Holi का festival होगा. So that is in Turkey. So please come. And the most important thing, on behalf of Rajesh Prabhu, on behalf of Amit Prabhu and myself, can I request you something? Please RSVP by Wednesday. क्योंकि हम तीनों की बीवी पूछती है कितने लोग आने वाले हैं, खाने में क्या बनाऊं, क्या भोगा लाऊं, ये लेने जाना है या नहीं जाना है. We don't know it is 40 people, 50 people, 80 people, 100 people. We don't know. So this is a transcendental pressure हमारे पे होता है कि बीवी पूछते हैं कितने लोग आ गए, क्या बनाऊं. ऐसा होता है या नहीं होता? If we don't know how many people are coming, so we don't want you to cook. We just want you to RSVP on time. Is that possible? Please, Wednesday तक कर दो. And no, of course, later हो तो कोई बात नहीं है. But if you can finally, we all know it's a family, we are going to come. So just RSVP so that we can plan, they can plan the cooking and everything else around it on time. Is that okay? Yes.
Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, when were they born? Like what was the gap?
500 years ago and 14 years gap. So Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were born obviously 500 years ago in Mayapur or Navadip, and there's a gap of 14 years. Yes. All right. Shall we do a very quick quiz? Are we ready for quiz? All right. Are we ready for quiz?
Yes.
No. Okay. So let's see very quick quiz. This is कौन बनेगा करोड़पति? नहीं. कौन बनेगा कृष्णापति? All right. How many chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita? Very quick. 18. How many verses are there in Bhagavad Gita? 700 verses. What is the first 6 chapter of Bhagavad Gita teaches you? What is karma yoga called as? Start with H.
Do your humanity.
Hand yoga. Raise your hand. First 6 chapters called hand yoga. What is the next 6 chapters, 7 to 12, called as? Bhakti Yoga. Put your hand on, say, Heart Yoga. Right. The last 6 chapter. Mind. Right? What is it called? Jnana Yoga. It is called as Head Yoga. Hath hoga sabbe. Fatapat. Head Yoga, Heart Yoga, and Hand Yoga. Abhi bhulna mat. ठीक है? Alright. What is the short form of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Doubt. What does D stand for? Duryodhan. Thank you. O? Omnious reason. Thank you, Neha Mataji. U? Uncertainty. B? Bewilderment. And T? Please give a round of applause to only one, Neha Mataji. Because she has written. अगर मस्तक में नहीं तो पुस्तक पे लिखो यार. If you cannot remember, just write it down. This will help you. Right? Next. In how many minutes Bhagavad Gita was spoken?
0.
No. 48 minutes. 48 minutes. How many verses did Krishna speak?
Sorry.
How many verses out of 700 verses? How many verses did Krishna speak? Bhagavan Uvacha, Sanjay Uvacha.
From second chapter.
How many verses?
600. 6 chapters.
574 verses. How many verses did Dhritarashtra speak?
1.
Easy. 1. How many verses Sanjaya spoke? 41 verses. 41. And who is the last person? Arjun. How many verses Arjun speak?
700 minus 541 minus 741.
84 verses. अभी बड़ा calculate हो. Was Dhritarashtra का 1, Sanjay का 41, Krishna का 574, बाकी कितने रहे? Maths teacher. How many verses did Arjun speak? I just mentioned. 84. How many questions did Arjun ask? 17. Right. ठीक है? Next. Who is Dronacharya's disciple?
No.
Disciple.
Shishya. And Kaurava. Everyone. Who is Ashwatthama? Son of Dronacharya. Ashwatthama is the son of Dronacharya. Who is the mother of Karna? Kunti. Thank you. Thank you. Sabko kulfi milegi next time. Right. Who killed Hidamba? Bhima. Bhima. Thank you. Why is Lord Krishna called Govinda?
Because वो इंद्रियों के देवता है.
Cows. Because
दोनों का है कि एक गाय का भी वो गाय के भी रक्षक है और इंद्रियों के देवता है.
yes, and the senses. Yes, both.
अर्जुन ने
Right.
इसलिए
He gives pleasure to cows and senses, both. And this is what is written in the first chapter, 15th verse.
Senses के लिए तो उनका नाम ऋषिकेश.
Rishikesha Bhagavan Sevaya. Yes, Rishikesh means master of senses.
Yes.
Right? Who donated the chariot to Arjun?
Indra.
Surya देव. अग्निदेव.
Agnidev. Thank you. Please give a round of applause. Very good. We'll stop over here in quiz. I've got a lot of questions, but 48 questions are available, but we'll stop here. Next slide. Right? So, doubt is the first acronym. What is the acronym for second chapter of Bhagavad Gita? What is it? Last time बोला था मैंने. Gita. Who said Gita? Yes, it is Gita itself. Okay, let's see. Yes. Gita. So G stands for Guru. I stands for identity. T stands for two duties, and A stands for Atmanam. So now, in the first 10 verses, it gives the importance of Guru. Manoj Prabhu, where is your wife? We wanted to discuss about Guru, right? First 10 verses, second chapter talks about Guru, and today we are going to talk about that. Second, from 11 to 30, it talks about soul, Atma, identity. It talks about identity, who you are. And Krishna talks about identity in 18 verses, which we are going to discuss in the next class. In one class, next time, we are going to discuss 18 verses because it is thematic. We are going to discuss only Krishna talks about soul. Then, two duties from 31 to 53, Swadharma and Sanatan Dharma. अपना दो धर्म होता है. Swadharma, looking after family, looking after health, wealth, it is very important and we should look after it. Swadharma. And this Sanatan Dharma, that is looking after Atma, the soul, the you, the me. And then last is Atmaram, one who is self-satisfied. Okay? So today we will discuss about Guru. Why? Who wants to make a guess?
Because Krishna, from his friend now, he's the guru when he will ask that talking
Because
and
Arjun is
answering this
surrendering.
question.
Because Arjun is surrendering. This verse, actually, today's verse is when Bhagavad Gita starts. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 So we are reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is chapter number 2, the contents of Gita summarized, and verse number 7. This verse is the turning point of Bhagavad Gita, and this is where actually Bhagavad Gita starts. Okay. सब चेंज क्यों हो गया? सब चेक करके रखते हैं. Okay. 7. No?
7.
Okay. All right. Who can read? Okay. Yes.
First verse.
कार्पण्य दोषो
कर्पण्य दोषो उपतस्वभा पृष्ठामिता धर्म समृद्ध चेता यश रहे सात्निश्चितम ब्रूहितत्मे शिष्य अस्ते हम शादी महात्मा प्रपत्रम.
शिष्यते हम स्वादिनाम मम प्रपन्ना. So Arjun is saying, I am your shishya. Okay. What is it? Let's. Can you read the English?
English.
No, English. Yeah. I get it.
Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your discipline and is so surrendered unto you. Please instruct me.
What is happening in this verse?
He is surrendering.
Arjun is completely confused and he's accepting that I'm confused and he's surrendering. Okay? Let's read the next 8, 9, 10 and then we'll go back to this. Continue reading 8, 9 and 10.
I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrevealed kingdom on earth with sovereignty like demigods in heaven. Sanjaya said, having spoken thus to Arjuna, crushed of enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent.
One last.
Down.
मेरा कर्सर का ना जन्मों का नाता भी करेंगे. कर्सर गायब हो जाता है मेरे से तो. Okay, thank you. Last verse. अच्छा 10. Sorry. Last two.
O descendant of Bharata, at that time Krishna, smiling in the midst of both the armies, spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna.
Last verse.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead.
Right. So please pay careful attention for the next 15 minutes what we are going to discuss, and we'll stop, because this is the turning point of Arjun's surrender. So now Arjun is confessing, मैं क्या करूं? I've lost my composure. I don't know what is right. I don't know what is my duty. What is the word he uses? Duty. I don't know what my duty is. How many of us over here believes we know what our duty is? Please raise your hand. If you know what your duty is, please raise your hand. किसी को ड्यूटी नहीं पता अपनी?
नहीं, क्षत्रिय था ना, तो उसकी क्षत्रिय की ड्यूटी थी युद्ध लड़ना, तो उसे विजय प्राप्त करना था, ये उसकी ड्यूटी थी। पर वो वहाँ से विचलित हो रहा था क्योंकि वो मोह में पड़ रहा था। ये था इसका कि वो अपनी अपनी ड्यूटी हर एक को पता होती है। जैसे हम लोगों का घर की ड्यूटी है, उसकी क्षत्रिय था, उसकी ड्यूटी ब्राह्मण की देने की।
तो फिर वो क्यों बोला कि मुझे अपनी ड्यूटी का अंदाजा नहीं है? I don't know what my duty is.
मोहग्रस्त हो रहा था ना, भूल गया।
नहीं
बोला।
So Arjun, okay, let me give an example. आप कहीं नए जगह पे जॉब करने जा रहे हो. For example, young Aryan is going to start working in a big Tesla factory in China, for example. It's your first day at work. You enter a factory of Tesla. What will be your obvious question? What should I do? Then what else? Who should I contact? मेरा boss कौन है? What else?
What are the timings?
What are the timings? Next.
Where's the kitchen?
रोकड़े की बात नहीं की किसी ने. क्या? What is the salary? और what else? क्या बोलोगे? Perks क्या है मेरे? What else? What else will you ask when you go to work? Roles and responsibility. Routine. Perks. Manager कौन है? एक छोटी कंपनी में हम जब काम करने जाते हैं तो भी ask this question कि मेरा कर्तव्य क्या है, मेरा मैनेजर क्या कौन है, मैं कितने बजे आऊँ, कितने बजे जाऊँ, मेरी रिपोर्टिंग लाइन क्या है? Yes or no?
Yes.
तो हम जब ये दुनिया में आते हैं तो do we ever ask the question कि what is my duty? Yes, Vishal.
I see it in two ways. When you say what is your duty, I see it as there is materialistic duty, like family duty, or what is my spiritual duty.
Mm-hmm.
So my family duty is obviously to look after the family, to raise your kids, look after your parents. But what am I doing spiritually? That is for my own soul.
Okay.
And I think that's where that I'm trying to, like, for example, build on.
Yes.
So that's how I see the duty part.
Good. Yeah. There's no wrong answer. But when we ask the question duty, you cannot speculate. Can you speculate at work that I can do this and I can do that? You work in HR, right? An HR person is telling, can you afford to speculate at work? No. Are we not speculating our duties? Are we not assuming that I should do this and I should do that? Are we not speculating? Please be honest to yourself. हम एक ऑफिस में काम करने जाते हैं. I remember 3rd of January 2016, my first day at NBN. 3rd January 2016, Patrick Kista. I don't know, Patrick Kista मेरा manager था. So we have some NBN guys I'm learning. My manager takes me into a room and he explains to me, this is what I expect out of you. This is what your duty is.
That's your PD.
Right? PD, right? Right? This is your GD, not PD, no, job description or whatever. Okay. Right? A professional, whatever. JD, right? So when you go to work, it is clearly stipulated कि आप ये करोगे, ये नहीं करोगे. There is no room for speculation, right? So when we take this life, are we not supposed to ask what is my duty? Do we think we know our duty? Right? So that is the reason Arjun is surrendering. Not that he doesn't have intelligence. Not that he is a Kshatriya and he has no idea. One arrow can kill everybody in Kurukshetra. That was the power of Arjun. How many people were there in Kurukshetra? Does anybody know? At the time of war?
17 million. No.
5 crores.
640 million people. Can you imagine this size of war? And one arrow of Arjun could have killed everybody. One arrow. He was so powerful. In spite of this, he had compassion for others. And he was asking, कि मेरा कर्तव्य क्या है? Right? So this is the first thing. And Krishna is going to chastise. He's already chastising Arjun. You're Kripana. If anybody who has read the purport, Arjun is being chastised by Krishna. Gussa. Okay, why are you so Kripana? Why are you so confused that you don't even know who you are? This is a miser person who doesn't know what is the value of your human form of life and die without knowing the value of human form of life. Krishna is saying this. This is Kripana. If you cannot solve the problems of life in human form of life and quit your body like dogs and cats without understanding self-realization, you are Kripana. Kripana means miser. Huh?
हिंदी में बोलते अक्कर तगन, मतलब जिसका वो
Kripana. Right? Huh?
Kritikan is thankless.
No, Kripana. This is Kripana. That is different. That is different, right? So the first understanding we should, if we don't understand अपनी duty क्या है, हम करेंगे क्या? When you go to school, the kids know exactly what to do. When we go to work, we know exactly what to do. But when we live a life, if we are not sure about our duty of life, then we need to understand there's something missing in our life. The whole Srimad Bhagavatam, how many verses are there in Srimad Bhagavatam? 18,000. Thank you. 18,000. There are 18,000 verses of Bhagavatam. And the whole 18,000 verse is based on 2 questions. Who knows these 2 questions? I've repeated this before. The whole Srimad Bhagavatam is based on only 2 questions. Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukdev Goswami, what is the duty of a person at the time of his death? Marne ke time मेरा कर्तव्य क्या है? At the time of that, what is the duty of a person when he's about to die, and what is the duty of a person when he is alive? जीने के वक्त मेरा कर्तव्य क्या है और मरने के वक्त मेरा कर्तव्य क्या है? And these 2 questions has expanded into 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. And if we think, okay, I know what my duty is, feeding some bread and giving a house and sending the kids to school, if we think this itself is my duty and I'm a successful father or a successful mother, then it is an illusion. Then it is an illusion. That is the reason we need Guru in life. A Guru gives us 4 types of realization. What does Guru give? 4 types of realization. First realization which Guru gives is you are eternal servant of Krishna. जीवेरे स्वरूप होय कृष्ण रा नित्य दास. हम eternally भगवान के अंग है. ममई ममशा जीवा लोका जीवा भूता सनातना. We are eternally part and parcel of Krishna. 7th chapter 7th verse. Aham bija pratapita. 14th chapter 4th verse. So Krishna is saying, and Guru gives this information कि बाबा सपन प्रभु, right? मनोज प्रभु, आप ये नहीं ये हो. This is what Guru gives. Second information or realization which Guru gives, that we are eternally dependent on Krishna. We are eternally dependent on Krishna, not only for this life, but in every life. We are eternally dependent on Krishna. Third, this is very important. Guru gives us a realization that you cannot do anything without Krishna's mercy. Guru हमें बताते हैं कि हम भगवान की कृपा के बिना कुछ नहीं कर सकते. And fourth, Krishna is the doer. हर चीज के पीछे पाकिस्तान का हाथ है, ऐसा मैंने सुना था। In 90s जब राजीव गांधी का assassination हुआ था, I think I've shared this over here before, right? I've shared this ना? जब स्कूटर भी पंचर होता था, बस भी पंचर होती थी, हम स्कूल बस पंचर हो जाती थी ना, तो हम बोलते थे कि इसमें पाकिस्तान का हाथ है, right? No, behind everything there is a hand of Lord. This is the 4 things which Guru gives, and Arjun is surrendering to Krishna as a disciple, and he said, now you instruct me. But then Arjun does one mistake. After surrendering to Krishna, Arjun is saying, I cannot fight. No. When a disciple surrenders to Krishna, it is unconditional surrender. When you surrender to Guru, the surrender should be unconditional. Savai pumsa paro dharma yato bhakti adokshate ahituki aprarita ye yatamam suprasiddhate. Bhakti is done uninterruptedly, unmotivatedly, and unassumedly. Right? Uninterrupted, unmotivated. Sorry, the third one. Unconditionally. 2.6. First chapter, first canto, first canto, 6th verse. Unmotivated, uninterrupted and unconditional. एक माँ का प्यार जो होता है बच्चों की तरफ, unconditional love, uninterrupted love and unmotivated love. Does your love to do anything for your kids is ulterior motive? There's no ulterior motive. So ऐसा ही Guru gives this information, and Arjun has now surrendered to Krishna, but after surrendering he's saying कि अभी मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता. No, surrender should be unconditional, and immediately Krishna is chastising Arjun. How can you do this? How can you do this? And now Arjun will be open, Arjun's eyes will be open, because Krishna is going to show his identity. Okay, you are not this body, you are a soul, transmigrating from one body to another body. Right? So this is where we will stop today, but this is the turning point. This is where actually Bhagavad Gita starts. Because until now, Arjuna was only arguing, only challenging Krishna. But now he's surrendering. And when you surrender, you start consulting Krishna. Now you start connecting to Krishna. And then he will be courageous. Right? So when Arjuna came, he came as a warrior. From warrior, he became a warrior. And from warrior, he will become a winner. So WWW. Right? So this is the theme, and this is very, very important. Without Guru, you cannot go to Krishna. Of this, there is no doubt. अगर भगवान के घर जाना है, तो गुरु होना जरूरी है. And वो शिक्षा तभी मिलेगी when we are humble. When we are humble. We'll stop over here. It's 8:47. We have 13 minutes. Any questions, comments, corrections from today's discussion?
First realization from the Guru. Can you explain?
You are eternally a servant of Krishna. Right? Mamai Vamsha. नहीं. जीव स्वरूप है कृष्ण रा नित्य दास. हम भगवान के अंग है, भगवान के दास है. We are meant to serve him. And his devotees. Yes. We serve the creator and the creation. Both. ऐसा नहीं कि we are serving creation and ignoring the creator. Or we are only serving creator and ignoring the creation. Both has to be balanced. That is the reason chanting the holy name will give us this understanding कि सही क्या है और गलत क्या है. चेतो दर्पण मार्जनम भव महादवाग्नि निर्वापनम. चेतो दर्पण means when we chant the holy name, अपना जो consciousness है, it is mudded with dust. That will be cleaned when we chant the holy name. So that is the reason chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every day is very, very important. Or else we are just living a life, not living a life. Yes. Jai.
So, how can we actually improve the quality of our consciousness? Because I know that we're not the inner mind and the outer world, but how can we use the tools of both of them as a source of energy to pursue our laser purpose, to serve God and improve our quality of consciousness?
Jai. Very, very deep and philosophical question. How do we improve the consciousness? Correct? Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita that you can improve the consciousness by following the instructions of Krishna. How can you improve your work? By following the instruction of your manager. How can you improve your scores at school? By following the instruction of your teacher. Similarly, in life, if you want to improve our consciousness, yet 3rd chapter, 21st verse, yat yat ashrati shrestha tat tat eva itro jana sa yat pramana kurute lokas tad anuvartate. 3rd chapter, 21st verse. He said, whatever great people do, the common people follow. So Krishna says, follow me. Make me your goal. Make Krishna a goal.
So essentially, whatever you do, have Krishna in your heart and mind.
Absolutely. Keep Krishna in the center of your life. Do everything. If you're a student, as a brahmachari, then follow brahmachari ashram. That means ashram means taking shelter of Krishna. If you're grahastha, then be grahastha ashram. Vanprast ashram. Sannyas ashram. Ashram means to take shelter of Krishna at every stage.
Of course, we have Krishna in our mind whenever we do anything, but how can we actually pursue our laser purpose? Like, let's just say we find out what one layer of our purpose is and we pursue that, but we realize that's not what we want to do. What should we do after? Like, how do we...
Give me an example.
Like, let's just say you want to do content creation and coaching, but you realize that might not be for you. And you're left directionless and without a purpose. So how would you continue to find your laser purpose?
The first thing which we do is we take shelter of Guru. Is it Tad vidhi pranipratena paripreshnaya sevaya upadakshanti te jnanam jnana dashatatvaha. So first thing what we do is we take the shelter of a Guru, and then Guru will guide us to the right path. We cannot decide this, we cannot work on it independently. Is this making sense? So if you want to improve the consciousness, if you want to navigate by yourself, first thing is we take the shelter of bona fide Guru. And this is exactly what Arjuna is doing. He is surrendering to Krishna right up front. In the 2nd chapter, not in the 10th chapter, or 14th or 19th chapter. There is no 19th chapter, by the way. Right? And people usually in life, we see old people, 50, 55, 60, 70, 80, they still have not taken shelter. They're still wasting the time of life. They don't want to know what is right, they don't want to know what is wrong. We don't want to be that. At the right age, right time, we take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. We follow the rules of Krishna and improve our consciousness.
So do you believe that every moment wasted degrades our clarity of purpose?
Absolutely. That is the reason last week you were not there. I mentioned this point. The greatest profit of a moment is to remember Krishna. The greatest loss of a moment is to forget Krishna. The greatest profit of a moment is to remember Krishna. And the greatest loss of a moment is to forget Krishna. So every day we have 86,400 seconds, 24 hours a day. Every second we should calculate, moment to moment, am I going towards Krishna or am I going away from Krishna? This is intelligence. We don't waste time just like dogs and cats. Prabhupada says this in the purport. We don't waste time. Devotee is very focused. That is the reason Krishna says, Vaivasatmika buddhi. Have single pointed attention. No ear, no left, no right. Was it heavy? It was heavy, right? 2 more minutes. Yes, Prabhuji.
ये चैंटिंग में और श्रवण में यदि हम होली वर्ड्स जो है चैंटिंग करते हैं और हम खाली जैसे बैठे हुए हैं और श्रवण करते हैं, तो उसमें क्या डिफरेंस है, कौन सा बेहतर है?
श्रवणम का मतलब क्या है? सुनना। कीर्तनम का मतलब क्या है? बोलना, है ना? तो हम क्या सुन रहे हैं?
यही हरे राम हरे कृष्ण जी।
अगर भगवान का नाम सुन रहे हैं
हाँ जी।
और भगवान का नाम बोल रहे हैं, दोनों साथ में होना चाहिए।
नहीं, अगर अलग अलग हो तो कहने
कोई बात नहीं, अगर भगवान का नाम सुन सकते हो, कृष्णा कथा सुन सकते हो, तो सुनो। बिकॉज एट द एंड श्रवण इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट। सुनना बहुत जरूरी है। इसीलिए हम जब मंत्र जाप भी करते हैं, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे, हम भगवान का नाम सुनने के लिए बोलते हैं। So when we say, we listen, but if you can't call out the name, at least listen. हमारे घर पे, कई भक्तों के घर पे भगवान का नाम सालों से चालू रहता है टेप में, किचन में, जैसे आपको बताया, that is never stop। 11 12 साल 13 साल तो मशीन चल ही रहा है, हरे कृष्णा
मतलब है कि जैसे घर पे हम आ जा रहे हैं, इधर उधर टहल रहे हैं, तो वो हम घर पे टेप लगा दें। और चैंटिंग जो है वो तो हम नहाने के बाद जो है एक माला पूरी करते हैं बैठ करके। उस वक्त फिर हम कहीं मूव नहीं होते, यहाँ बैठे हुए वहीं पे माला कंप्लीट करके तभी उठते हैं।
बहुत बढ़िया।
और सुनने के वक्त तो ये है कि इधर से उधर घर का काम या कुछ भी कर सकते हैं।
हाँ।
तो उसमें तो कोई चेंजिंग नहीं,
कोई चेंज नहीं, थोड़ा चेंज करना पड़ेगा। एक राउंड नहीं करिए प्रभु जी, एक के आगे 6 लगाइए आप।
अभी तो एक ही शुरू किया है।
उम्र कम है, दिन कम, इनकम कम, सब कम है।
आज 78 साल की उम्र में एक पे तो आए हैं।
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया।
किया है 4 महीने से।
हाँ।
78 साल की उम्र में
बहुत बढ़िया, लेकिन अभी 1 से 16 करिए, वक्त नहीं है जीवन में।
कभी कभार कर लेते हैं दो, मगर रेगुलर नहीं हो पाता। एक तो रेगुलर है कि स्नान करते ही कपड़े चेंज करके बाहर कुर्सी पे बैठ करके, एक तो करना ही करना है।
नहीं, अच्छा है प्रभु जी, बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन वक्त नहीं है। किस चीज के लिए रुक रहे हैं हम?
वक्त तो हमारे पास बहुत है।
बस तो फिर करो भगवान के नाम करो।
बाकी जब वक्त नहीं होगा, जब ऊपर वाला ले जाएगा तो उसी के समक्ष खड़े होंगे।
और क्या बोलोगे कि बुरी जिंदगी तुझे बताया और तूने किया नहीं? This is what Krishna will come and tell you कि all your life। प्रभु जी, मेरी मदर यहाँ पे बैठी है, मैं अपनी मदर का ग्लोरिफिकेशन नहीं करना चाहता, बट शी चैंट्स 40 राउंड, 40 राउंड्स ऑफ हरे कृष्णा मंत्र। पहले 64 करती थी, अभी 40 रोज करती है। 40 राउंड रोज भगवान की सेवा पूरी करती है, भागवतम पढ़ती है। यही मनुष्य का आफ्टर 50 इयर्स, 50 साल की उम्र के बाद किसी की कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है। ये भागवतम में लिखा है।
नेक्स्ट मंथ से 5 माला रोज शुरू कर लेंगे।
जय, प्लीज गिव अ राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज। यस।
हम जा रहे हैं दिल्ली, तो उस वक्त घर का कोई काम नहीं होगा, ये होगी और मैं होऊंगा, और तो कोई होगा नहीं। बच्चों का भी काम करना नहीं है, स्कूल लेने जाना नहीं है, घर पे रहना नहीं है, कोई घर पे बैठे बैठे जो यही करना।
मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, एंड स्टॉप ओवर हियर। मेरा बहुत एक अच्छा फ्रेंड है, वो रोज 8 माला करता था। कितनी? 8। वो हर एकादशी में एक राउंड इंक्रीज करता था। एवरी एकादशी ही यूज्ड टू इंक्रीज 1 राउंड। तो एक बार कोई संत मिले हमारे इस्कॉन के, बोले कितने राउंड कर रहे हो? 8 राउंड्स। He said, why not 16? He said, I will increase 1 round every Ekadashi. If you do not see next Ekadashi. क्या पूछा उन्होंने? If you do not see next Ekadashi, वो प्रभु जी ने नेक्स्ट डे सुबह से 16 राउंड किया और आज तक 16 राउंड कर रहे हैं।
We can try also.
तो हम सोचते हैं कि मैं नेक्स्ट महीने से करूंगा या नेक्स्ट मंथ से करूंगा। कितना अहंकार है कि मैं कल जीऊंगा। How much of false ego do we have कि मैं कल सुबह जीऊंगा? That is the first illusion कि मैं कल सुबह जीने वाला हूँ। कई बार मेरी वाइफ पूछती है कि कल सुबह क्या लंच में ले जाएगा, अंदर से मुझे लगता है धक धक धक। मैं so confident कि ये कल बना देना, ये कल कर देना, लेकिन कल नहीं हुए तो शाहरुख खान बोलता है प्रभु जी कल हो ना हो, ऋतिक रोशन बोलता है, तभी तो सुनो।
माइकल जैक्सन को नहीं मालूम पड़ा।
हम अपने दिमाग में क्या सोचते हैं, हम आगे जो है अपना 90 साल की उम्र तक का हिसाब लगा के बैठे हुए
चलो
आगे ईश्वर देखे क्या करता है।
चलो वक्त नहीं है। 50 साल के पहले ग्रीन लाइट होती है, 50 साल के बाद येलो, और येलो के बाद कभी ग्रीन नहीं होती, सीधा लाल होता है। यस और नो? तो आज का जो एग्जांपल मैंने दिया,
खत्म हो गई, गारंटी तो 60 साल पे खत्म हो गई, अब तो ओवर गारंटी में चल रहे हैं।
बोनस चल रहा है, बोनस।
अभी मोदी की गारंटी बाकी है।
बीजेपी के बोले सर तो ना, बीजेपी का मतलब क्या है? बी का मतलब ब्रेथ, जी का मतलब जर्नल लिखो, और पी का मतलब है प्रेयर। दिस इज बीजेपी। प्लीज गिव अ राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज टू बीजेपी। राइट, दिस इज बीजेपी। बीजेपी के बोले सर, मोदी के बोले सर नहीं है, बीजेपी के। सांस और प्रेयर, बी का मतलब ब्रेथ और पी का मतलब प्रेयर होती है, दैट इज बीजेपी। और जी का मतलब जगदीश, हम इनके भरोसे करते हैं।
बीजेपी की बदौलत ही आज हम 75 साल से 80 से 78 साल की उम्र में रोजाना जो है 1 घंटा पैदल वॉक कर लेते हैं,
ठीक है,
क्योंकि बचपन से शाखा में गए हैं।
अभी आया कॉर्नर पे
यही
पे शाखा लगती आया करो बोल रहा
नहीं, मैं क्या था एक बात, मगर यहाँ महिलाओं की लगती थी, आप उस दिन थे नहीं। आपने यहाँ पर मेरे को कहा था कि संडे को 4 बजे, मैं जिसमें एक महिला के थोड़े से पैर में भी प्रॉब्लम थी, जाकी हुई थी, मैं उस दिन शुक्रवार को आपने यहाँ बोला और इतवार को मैं पहुँच गया था। हाँ, जब चारों जन लेडीज थी इसलिए
लेडीज नहीं होती है सिर्फ
इंडिया में लेडीज।
Are you kids knows the prayer or not yet? Who knows the prayers? Okay, come. Yes. Okay, we'll do together. Come here.
बंद हो गया।
Okay.
महाप्रसादं गोविन्दे
महाप्रसादे गोविन्दे
नमो ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे
स्वल्पा पुण्यवतं राजन् विश्वासोऽनेव जायते शरीरार्विद्याजाल जोड़ेन्द्रियता है काल जीवे फले विशेषागरे तारामद्दि जीवादि लोभो मोहे सुधर्मति काटे जिता कठिन संसारे कृष्णा बारो दोयो मोय कोरी बारे जीवा जाय स्वप्रसाद अनदुल भाव से अन्नामृत पावो राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमे दाखो चैतन्यमय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण
चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
हरे
कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
सिया माता जी की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे कृष्णा। Next week, all the parents, if you can get your kids to learn this prayer, the best way to learn the prayer is by calling out the prayer at home, right? The only difference, the fundamental difference between animals and human beings is animal खाना देखता है, खा लेता है, और इंसान भगवान को याद करके खाता है, प्रार्थना करता है। This is very common. We have seen this. बाइबल में, क्रिश्चियनिटी में, हर रिलीजन में भगवान को प्रार्थना करके खाना के लिए बोलते हैं। This is what we are doing. It is not new, but we have forgotten. So please, I request all the parents to do this at home before we have food, bhoga, prasadam. भगवान का नाम लेके खाइए। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।